Hello and welcome everybody to today's live commodity market analysis with the Gold and Silver Club for the 22nd of September 2016, presented by myself, Phil Carr. So during today's session, we will be covering live market analysis. We will be going through a watch list of trading opportunities, an overview of the commodity markets. We'll go through our top trades of the week. And of course, we will be answering questions. So let me introduce you to the Gold and Silver Club. The Gold and Silver Club is the #1 commodities trading and investment coaching company. We are regarded as the go-to authority on commodities trading as internationally respected experts. Our analysis and our opinions on the metals, the energies and the agricultural markets, they are routinely sought by major financial television channels and publications, which include Bloomberg, Reuters, CNBC, the Financial Times, the Wall Street Journal. Of course, it's a pleasure to be here as well on FX Street. Our team of experts has now trained and mentored over 125,000 private traders from all over the world to increase their wealth and generate substantial income through commodities using our exclusive research-driven strategies. For more information on the Gold and Silver Club and our expertise, please visit our website, which is at www.thegoldandsilverclub.com. So we will get straight into it, guys. We'll move right over to the charts. We had the FOMC statement yesterday, Bank of Japan announcement as well. We'll go over to gold, silver. We'll have a look at the US dollar index. We'll look at oil. We'll look at some of the agricultural markets as well. So I thought we could start off here and have a look at the precious metals, how they have performed over the last week. First of all, we'll start off with silver. As always, guys, feel free to put your questions, comments, contributions into the chat. I'll have that up so I can see any of your questions as they come through. So as we suggested last week, we were at a major underlying area of support here for silver and also gold, a level which has been supported on a number of news items previously as well. So you have to remember that a lot of major news items this year, we have seen initial pullbacks prior to those items, such as Brexit, such as major FOMC announcements, also non-farm payrolls. And on the majority of those over the course of 2016, we have seen a contrarian move, and we've seen the metals get supported, and we've seen large rallies to the upside. We discussed this on last week's session, where we saw silver and gold come back to test their major support, but you want to look at this as a contrarian and look at the trade opportunities at those major levels, remembering that both gold and silver have entered into bull markets this year. Silver is up over 40%, gold remains up over 23% so far in 2016. And the FOMC statement yesterday, essentially the Fed remains patient, waits for further improvements in the job markets, and that the pace of the hikes has been lowered further going forward. And the focus now remains on data yet again. So the Fed did not go ahead with an interest rate decision yesterday, so they've kept rates the same, unchanged. We have now just put this on your radar. The next FOMC statement, which is due to come out, is not going to be until November. It is the 2nd of November, and that is 1 week before the elections. And over the last 6 elections, we've not seen the Fed go ahead and increase interest rates prior to an election. And now there's speculation regarding a potential interest rate in December, but that is a while off at the moment. The markets can do a lot now between now and December. We've got a couple of months. We've got a number of major news items between then. We've got an election in the USA, and where we're sat right now for the precious metals, to me, is very interesting. Now, as a lot of you, I'm sure, are aware, we've been discussing it for a while. We continue to hold long-term positions on the metals. We saw this certainly over the last week as an opportunity to add to our position. So we've got some nice entries on both gold and silver at the moment. And we've seen a nice pop to the upside yesterday. Initially, off the Bank of Japan announcement, we started to see gold and silver surge up prior to the FOMC statement. We already broke above resistance. We'd seen silver consolidate for over a week. It broke above its flat level here. So we broke above resistance, which was a Fibonacci sitting at the 1940 zone, broke that level, cleared back above the 50-day moving average, and into the FOMC statement, continued to see silver bid back up, essentially closing right at the daily highs, supported by underlying trend channel. And now we have a pennant formation at the moment. You've also got on higher time frames the potential here for a bull flag setup as well. So for silver to pick up its next move higher. Now, I will say that silver at the moment is sat right back at resistance. So we've got this situation where we're creating higher lows, but lower highs as well. So silver and gold still have a little bit more work to do here before they fully break out to the upside. We can see we've broken above yesterday's highs already, but we've got a little bit more work to do on both of these markets. We have the initial jobless claims coming up in approximately 25 minutes. Now have a look at the US dollar, and US dollar did sell off quite significantly yesterday into the close as well. The US dollar broke down near the daily lows and today picked up momentum to the downside. I would suggest this is a bear flag formation in development here as well. If the US dollar was to pick up momentum to the downside, I would look for a move back towards the 94.50 zone, which is the underlying support channel at the moment. And in that case, I would then look for potential support at that level. But we've got the opportunity here for the US dollar to break down further. It came up to resistance of the 200-day moving average, overhead resistance as well at the 96.30 zone, came into that resistance. And if we were to see the US dollar continue to sell off during the US session this afternoon, that would certainly provide an opportunity for more upside here with gold and silver. Now, even without that, gold and silver have already had a significant move. So we've already had an opportunity this morning to book some of our profits. We've seen over 100-point move on silver, and gold has moved just shy of around 300 points in the last couple of days. So it's already been a good trade. So anything additional to the upside right now is really a bonus for us. If we get further upside here, it's a bonus. If not, we'll come out of a larger portion of our swing trade position, and then we'll look for next re-entries. So silver at the moment, it needs to do a little bit more work. I like the formation right now. If silver can pick up momentum, get it back above $20.15, I suspect we'll start really building up some good momentum to the upside. Now, I want to put another market on your radar right now that we discussed on last week's analysis, and that is sugar. Sugar has finally done it. It has had the move that we've been looking for. Now, I appreciate not all of you follow or track sugar, but I do need to put this on your radar because sugar is now moving above zinc as one of the best performing commodities of 2016. Sugar is now up 45%. Now, we talked you through the setup last week and the previous week actually as well, because we had a flat level to break out from and also a nice pennant formation which had been supported throughout this year. In 2016, we were seeing sugar having a record net long position on from hedge funds, and now we've finally seen a significant breakout, and sugar has moved here over this month so far in September. First 22 days of September so far, 18% move that we've seen now on sugar. So well done if you did catch this move. We've seen over the course of this week an 8% move. In fact, into the close on Friday, we saw 8% breakout in one day, and we've seen another 8% this week. So that was this big breakout to the upside, and we're now right on track to move all the way up to the highs going back to June and July of 2012. You can see the 24 level. We've had a major breakout to the upside. So sugar has been one of our best performing markets this week, one of our best trades. We've got long-term positions. We've banked out some swing trades, had a blow off top here at the moment. And sugar yet again today, after it gapped yesterday, is continuing more momentum to the upside. So that was a really nice clear breakout opportunity. And as we've been mentioning to you several times, that there are some great opportunities on commodities at the moment, and this really worked out nicely. Now, not only that, coffee is now just broken out to 19-month highs here as well. We had this cup and handle formation on higher time frames on the weekly chart, a bull flag formation. We've seen nice breakout to the upside. Weather in Brazil has not favored coffee more recently. We've seen some damage to crops out there. Drier than expected weather has caused a delay and some damage to the crops out there in terms of the harvest for this time of year for coffee. And at the moment, we've seen a nice pop to the upside with coffee. Certainly, you can have a look look at the daily timeframes as well, we've had a significant pop. We've continued to take advantage of this move to the upside, and you can see if we go over, let me just bring that out to another chart for you. Yeah, you can see on the higher timeframes here, we've got this really nice basing formation pullback, and coffee is now broken out to the 2016 highs. Now, why is this important? It's important because this is the second leg up. So over the course of this year, from the first 6 months, particularly in the second quarter and following on from Brexit, is where we saw some tremendous moves into July. Okay, so that is where we had this first leg up where they transitioned sugar, coffee, gold, silver, transitioned into a bull market. However, over mid-July throughout August, they corrected, they pulled back, and now we're at this second phase of a bull market where you see the next leg up. It's the second leg up. You break back above the 2016 highs. You now start seeing sugar break out to 4-year highs. We're seeing at the moment coffee breaking out to 19-month highs, and now you definitely want to have on your radar where gold and silver are sat at the moment in respect to their 2016 highs, because we're not too far away at the moment. It would only take about another $1.50 move for silver to break back above the highs that it breached following on from Brexit, and it's at this point in time, it looks more likely because it's just come back up for a retest of the upper end of the trend channel. The FOMC statement did not cause a big correction in the gold or silver market. There are a lot of doom and gloomers out there who are suggesting that this is the start of a much larger correction for gold, for silver. We're not completely out of the woods yet, but it's looking good, certainly following on from the Bank of Japan, following on from the FOMC statement. They did not go ahead and increase interest rates. The US dollar is tanking as I speak. It's continuing to sell off today. I see some good momentum here building up on the precious metals. Now, moving it over to gold at the moment, gold is also looking good. Remember last week we talked about this lower end of the trend channel got supported at the beginning of the year. Over January, February, we found support as well going back to May. This was when the Federal Reserve yet again said they were in a position to increase interest rates, and then they didn't go ahead with an increase in interest rates in June. And with that, we saw the worst non-farm payrolls in 6 years. We saw a big breakout to the upside with gold. Gold then retraced prior to Brexit, where there was a lot of speculation. Again, of course, that the UK would stay within the European Union. We saw again a contrarian move where the UK came out of the European Union, and with that we had one of the biggest one-day moves on gold on record, a 1,000-point move from the low to the high. And we've been consolidating since the breakout of Brexit above the 1300 level. We've been consolidating. Previous resistance turned support, and then we've of course had this big pop to the upside yesterday, finding support at Fibonacci level, previous resistance turned support at 1300, and we've broken out of a trend channel and also support the 100-day moving average, and we formed a bullish engulfing candle into the close. Now at the moment, again, we're at a bit of a point where we could find some overhead resistance here for gold, and gold is tending to favor the brave at the moment. It's tending to favor those who are willing to get in when it's more, let's say, when the markets are more nervous. Typically it's a contrarian move. It's been a contrarian move throughout this year. The best opportunities have been ahead of Brexit, have been ahead of non-farm payrolls, have been at the beginning of the year here after the US went ahead with interest rate decision in December. That's been a great opportunity to pick up some lows, some great prices. So you have to remember throughout most of this year, the contrarian move has been the best opportunity with gold, getting in tight, good risk to reward, stop loss below the 1300 zone, taking advantage of this breakout. So regardless of what gold does at the moment, we've booked some good profits here following on from yesterday's FOMC statement. It's a bonus. Anything that gold does further here to the upside is a bonus at this point. So if gold can continue to build up momentum here, break above this pennant, this would really bode well for moving into next week as well. We do have, again, the initial jobless claims coming up in 15 minutes. We've got a 3 o'clock existing home sales as well. So could be some momentum on that, or some downside risk on that. But ultimately, we have had quite a nice pop to the upside, and right now we've managed to build up some momentum above this 1300 zone. So we could see a bit of a consolidation around this zone. We didn't really pull back much during the Asia Pacific session, and if we see gold build up momentum, break above 1340 over the next week, we've then got the next leg higher here. We'll break above the pennant, and then we could really start to see prices build up momentum as we go into October. So just bear that in mind at the moment. As always, I don't know what everybody has in terms of their portfolio right now, but where we're sat at the moment, gold's at a reasonable move. It's a nice area to bank a little bit of profits here, but then also look for more upside. But again, gold, silver, they favor the brave at the moment. So they favor those who are willing to take on trades where the overall sentiment starts to get a little bit bearish. But as long as you're within key support zones and you know you've got a solid strategy to trade those, which of course we have at the Gold and Silver Club, you can take advantage of that. And with that said, make sure you stay on to the end of today's session. It's of course not as simple as just buy at whatever the price. You really need to be very careful of your entry levels on precious metals, on agricultural markets, and oil as well, which I'll move on to next. We'll talk you through an opportunity at the end of today's session where you can also become a member of the Gold and Silver Club, get access to all of our trades that we are getting into, and it's all very transparent. You can see the exact positions that we take at the Gold and Silver Club, as well as join us during our live trading room sessions. Now, we also discussed this move on oil, so it's actually moving perfectly right now. We got into oil yesterday, and you probably remember last week we told you that the buy zones with oil were between $40 a barrel up to 44. Within that is our buy zone, as long as we get confirmation within that level. Now, what we did like very much was that we came down, retested the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level, overshot it, then got supported, came down to lower end of our trend channel. You can see at the moment we're seeing oil ricochet between support and resistance. So you've got first of all, you've got 40 to 50 US dollars per barrel. We're within that range, and then within a tighter range, we're sitting between 45 up to about 48 as well. So we entered into a position on oil yesterday, which is so far it's already up over 100 points, over $1 move in profit. Looks like we've got what is known as a 3 white soldiers formation, where you get the equivalent move over 3 consecutive days. So we're up and running, moving really well within this trade at the moment. Now, we've got the OPEC meeting next week, which is on Monday through to Wednesday, where there's anticipation of a production freeze, which will be very interesting to see how that works out. But prior to that, what we're starting to see is short covering. So traders who've had short positions on, they started to take those trades off the table prior to the FOMC statement and also prior to next week's OPEC meeting. So we're seeing some good momentum here behind oil, and we like this for further upside. So at the moment, I'm targeting in the short term, looking for a move back up to the upper end of the trend channel, 47, where we can look to bank a little bit of profits. But beyond that, if oil can get a move on and break above that trend channel, got the next levels at 48, and even beyond that, if we keep going, $50 per barrel would be the next zone, and then we can just trail our stop loss and to see how much higher oil can get before its next pullback, before it gets overbought. But that's been a nice opportunity to add. Again, fortune has really favored the brave in this scenario. The trade did trigger prior to the FOMC statement yesterday. If you didn't take any trades and you just stayed completely neutral prior to the FOMC statement, which some of you, which is absolutely fine if that's part of your strategy, but commodities are different to Forex. They're different to equities, and that often there's some really good opportunities prior to major news items. As long as you manage your risk appropriately and you know how to average into a trade and manage that risk, it's really worked out very well for gold, silver, oil, coffee, sugar. We've had some great trades on the last 24 hours, which have resulted in some windfall profits, particularly on sugar as well. Has been a fantastic move over the course of this week. So with that being said, let me just move you over to our top trades over this week, our portfolio performance, our trading performance using our exclusive research-driven strategies. So we've now benefited from this breakout with sugar. We've been identifying this with you guys for a while now. So well done if you did catch this trade. It's now resulted in a 410-point profit. We have come out of some of this position today, where we come back up to just shy of 24 here, 24 zone. But we are staying in our long-term positions here because we do see more upside potential with sugar in the months to come. But we've certainly banked one of our swing trades here for a nice windfall profit. Gold also just getting in nice and tight near the 1300 level, and this has resulted in another good breakout trade, just banking into the close yesterday, 300 points profit on a swing trade. And also WTI crude oil getting in nice and tight on support within the buy zone that we've been identifying with you, banking here 270 points profit. But we continue to stay into other positions. We like to scale into our trades and then take profits off the table as the position is moving in our direction at various specified points that we would look to just bank some profits on a move like this as we get back into an overbought conditions. There's been some really nice solid trades this week. And if you would like access to our highly profitable live trade ideas, our setups shared with you, ready to implement, you can get access to that by being a member of the Gold and Silver Club live trading room. So essentially, to get exclusive access to the private members live trading room, all you need to do is just go across to www.jointhegoldensilverclub.com. Okay, so once you are there, complete the application form, and we, of course, will get in touch with you ASAP. Okay, so let me just actually make sure I put that into the chat. No, it's just www.jointhegoldensilverclub.com. I'll just pop that into the chat for you guys there as well. So just bear with me as I put that in there, and I'll break it down for you exactly what that includes as well. So whether you're a new trader and you're looking to develop a solid understanding of the markets, fast track your results, or even if you're an experienced trader but you're looking to take your trading to really that next level, I would definitely suggest the private members live trading room is something you want to have a look at here. So as part of that, you get included the following. So the live trading room webinars. So you get access to our exclusive live trading room webinars where you can watch the Gold and Silver Club expert traders analyze the commodity markets right in front of you, pick out highly profitable trade setups, share exact details of our entry, exit points, all the levels that we are taking. The live trading room webinars help you to understand, implement the Gold and Silver Club live trade setups with a high level of accuracy and enable you to consistently achieve results. We also provide email notifications, updates of all of the trades that we are taking, which includes exact details where to enter, exit. All of those setups provide medium to long-term trade opportunities to ensure you have advanced notice of when to get into our positions. As well as that, you get the week ahead trading plan with a watch list of all the top trades for the week ahead and a monthly big picture report. So every month, members get access to our unique fundamental outlook for the commodity markets with a comprehensive shortlist of the latest profitable opportunities, and you also get access to our 21 video Master the Markets trading series as well, to a comprehensive commodity trading program available to you, which will teach you everything you need to know to become a consistent and profitable trader. So essentially, by being a member of the private members live trading room, you get access to exclusive weekly live trading room webinars, live trade recommendations ready to implement. You also get real-time trade notifications by email, SMS, so you don't miss any profitable trades, exact details of where to enter, exit, place your stop loss. You get a weekly trading plan with a watch list of trade ideas for the week ahead, Master the Markets commodity trading course, and our monthly big picture commodity research report to give you the ultimate edge in the markets. So again, guys, all you need to do, and I will just drop a link for that into the chat for you all as well. You just need to go across to www.jointhegoldensilverclub.com. Okay, fantastic. So with that, by being a member as well of the Gold and Silver Club, you get access to all of the trade opportunities which we're seeing in the market at the moment. I would definitely suggest the time to take action is right now. This is really optimum time for the commodity markets, especially coming off the back of the FOMC statement yesterday. We can already see a number of commodity markets starting to twitch for that second leg up. So we get a lot of inquiries at the Gold and Silver Club about this, about the bull markets, which we've seen a lot of commodities transitioning to 2016. How you can get involved in these moves. I mean, if you're not making money in the commodity markets at the moment, you absolutely should be. Hopefully you're seeing out of the sort of setups and the analysis that we're doing, the opportunities which are in these markets right now. You've got an OPEC meeting next week over Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, which will have a big impact in the oil market and could potentially provide some tremendous opportunities. Remember, over August, we saw oil move over 23% in just 1 month. So far this month, we've seen sugar move 18%. Coffee currently is up 16% the year. We've seen so far silver is still up over 40%. Gold is up over 23%. And there's some great opportunities also with platinum, palladium, natural gas, copper. There's a lot of other markets which are really transitioning into some great opportunities. And not only that, we've also got the grains market too, which there's a USDA report which comes out 4 times a year. The next one is going to be next Friday, and that is where we've got the potential to really start seeing the grain market move, where we've seen we've essentially seen corn come off 6-year lows last week. Wheat came off 12-year lows, and soybeans has recently come off 6-month lows. And it's interesting because with the corn market, we've seen the biggest yield, the biggest harvest on record. Okay, so that has created a lot of bearish momentum. Corn broke down to 6-year lows, but now there's lots of reports coming out that in fact there's been very heavy rains in the US, which is one of the biggest producers of corn, which has now created a situation where the harvest has been delayed. We're starting to see mold on crops, and that is creating a very interesting situation where price structurally we could be in for some really big moves on the grains over October, November, and December. So generally there's some really great opportunities in commodities between now and the end of the year. Right now is a perfect time because we've just come off the back of the FOMC statement. You can see what gold and silver have already done, what coffee and sugar have done. There's opportunities in cocoa and cotton, on a lot of different commodities. If I sound passionate, it's because I am. I don't want you to miss out on these opportunities. And of course, with a final thought, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. So if you haven't got started, if you don't know how to trade commodities, I would definitely suggest now is a great time to get involved. So again, guys, I'll leave you with that, www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com. Of course, I look forward very much to hear from those of you who will be making application. We look forward to working with you at the Gold and Silver Club. So with that, I wish you all a fantastic day. Good trading, guys. And of course, we will speak to you very soon. Okay, so all the best, everybody. Thank you to Dinda and of course Mauricio. So thanks, guys, and we'll speak to you soon. Okay, thanks everybody, take care, all the best, bye bye.